Good morning, Mr. Mallow.
Andy Pickerson? Call me Mark. Sorry for my state. I just returned from the front lines, and my goodness, it is cold out there this time of year.
I hope you had a productive trip.
Well, I wouldn't say productive. It's the same old dog and pony show as always. You show up, you meet the troops, shake a few hands, get your picture taken. Didn't always used to be so superficial, but that's how it goes. Well, now let's see that report.
Certainly, sir. The B squad spotted the white sheet in the second-story window and entered the courtyard, finding civilians mixed with 3 enemy combatants who were taken as POWs.
Our civilians or theirs?
The brief I received didn't say.
Well, thank you, Andy. It would be nice if there's a little bit more, but this will suffice.
What do you mean by more? This mission achieved all our operational goals at minimal risk.
Surrendering without us firing a shot. That's good stuff. Something about the intimidation factor of our forces, the overwhelming superiority. But not knowing the status of the civilians and taking POWs? Well, that's all a bit confusing.
Sorry, I'm not sure I understand. I plan the operations and summarize the results in my reporting. I can't make things so simple without losing crucial detail.
Yeah, of course, Andy. I want you to think about the bigger picture. About your deliverables, your body of work. Here's another example. You've got pages and pages of words and forms, and good job on that, by the way. But where are the pictures? They say a picture tells 1,000 words. Without them, who's to say what happened?
I don't think I can meet your request. It's much too dangerous for a film crew. I would need to get initial clearance to record and...
You don't have to go to those lengths, Andy. I want you to get creative. Be scrappy. This is a new era, Andy. One that rewards outside-the-box thinking. But hey, I don't want to say that your work is substandard. You do good work. I just think you're on the cusp of something great.
Thank you, sir. I'll do what I can.
You have my full trust and confidence in the next mission. The escort, the
escort of the Brazilian refugees.
Yes, that's the one. This one is very important. I don't like to mix work with personal, but my husband's Brazilian, and it's really important that we execute this mission successfully.
I'll do my best. Check for spelling errors and ensure I haven't left out any details from the field reports. Consolidate the report into an opening paragraph narrating the successful parts of the operation. Can you pull up the press photos of the refugees from last month and some promotional shoots of our forward operations in South America? Could you composite these pictures together in a way that's consistent with this report? Just to aid my visualization, what would that be like? Make it look real. Good evening, sir.
No need for the briefing, Andy. I already heard about it on the news. Great work. You're a hero.
That's all thanks to your instruction.
No, wait. Let me shake your hand properly, not over the table. Now, let's sit here. Now, my husband wanted you to have this. personal reflection of his appreciation.
Wow. Thank you for organizing a detachment to deter guerrilla fighters in Brazil. Thank you, sir. I'll treasure this.
So, these pictures are phenomenal. The refugees, they've been through so much. Most of them don't even have shoes, for crying out loud. Yet still they march on through the jungle, their will to survive intact, with our troops providing safe escort. What's the status of the military junta?
They were so deterred by our escort that they didn't even approach the convoy. In fact, the generals released a video of their militia announcing their intentions to come to the negotiating table and end the fighting. Would you like to see it?
That won't be necessary. War has a way of breaking down even the strongest of wills. Fighting in the snow might be hell, but I'd sooner fight 5 years in the snow than 1 week in the jungle. Clausewitz said that.
Did he?
Well, it was either him or Steve Jobs. I can't remember which. Now, Andy, I have spoken with numerous soldiers under your direction, and they all commended you in glowing terms.
I'm honored to be praised by the people on the front lines. We couldn't do it without them.
Well, needless to say, I'm putting you in for a promotion, and it should just zip right through. You don't get your own parking spot just yet, but it does come with a corner desk.
Really, I'm just glad to do a good job.
Now, I wanted to say about the next mission. This was a great result, and even better work. But nothing lasts forever. I'm not saying what goes up must come down, but sacrifice is where the courage in war really shines.
I understand, sir.
With the sweet comes the sour.
With the sweet comes the sour.
Miss Pickerson, I'm so sorry. Forgive my attire. I was pulled into an emergency meeting on the Australian front.
Duty calls. Would you like to hear my report, sir?
No need, Andy. I'll spare you that. I've already read it in full. Sergeant Stephen A. Ackerman, a true hero, who made the ultimate, heart-wrenching sacrifice to complete his mission, allowing his team to escape, all while knowing he had a wife and a baby at home. It's an incredible story.
I've recommended him posthumously for the Silver Service Ribbon, the highest combat award we can issue.
I'll personally see to it that it's awarded. What are you doing?
I'm holding up. It's just... I ask myself, was this my sacrifice to make? I knew the risks and explained them carefully to Sergeant Ackerman, but I still wonder if this could have been avoided.
It doesn't get easier.
I'm proud to do my job.
I understand there was some trouble obtaining a photo of Ackerman in his dress uniform?
Yes, sir. He was only promoted a few weeks ago, so there were no official pictures reflecting his final rank. Or so we thought.
Incredible that a tiny desert village would have a photo studio.
Yes, it's a miracle we were able to get one of the few original copies.
Any other photos earlier in his career? Personal? Family?
Well, no. Not in the file.
Well, That's okay, Andy. I think this will do just fine. His death will not be in vain. Oh, by the way, Sergeant Ackerman's memorial service is next week, and Mrs. Ackerman has chosen to have that at her home. She's asked me to invite you.
Excuse me? That's quite unexpected.
Yes, it is unusual since you didn't personally know Mr. or Mrs. Ackerman, but I'm helping with the funeral logistics, and she requested that you attend.
How can you get in touch with the widow, Mrs. Ackerman?
Somebody from another department connected me. You're not the only person I work with, Andy. Look, I understand that the emotions may be difficult, but I do hope you'll attend. Take a few days off if you need to beforehand.
Thank you, sir. I'll try to make it.
Take care, Andy. I'll see you there.
It's really nice. I mean, got a whole dinner. Oh, can't.
Andy, thank you for being here.
Absolutely, sir. I'm sorry for being early.
It's okay, Andy. You're right on time. Andy, there's someone I'd like you to meet. This is Christine Ackerman. Mrs. Stephen A. Ackerman.
Mrs. Ackerman, I'm so sorry for your loss. Words cannot express the tragedy you've experienced. If there's anything I can do, I know it won't be enough, but I will try. Your husband was a hero, true hero.
You're Andy? Thanks for coming.
Again, I'm so sorry.
I understand you're the one who drew up the mission that got Steve killed.
Yes, Sergeant Ackerman was operating under my orders. I did everything I could to minimize the risks he faced, that the whole team faced. He understood the mission and was fully committed to it.
You got your mission. What did Steve get? What did I get? What about Robbie, who's gonna grow up without a dad? At least he has a nice photograph and a medal to go with it.
Mrs. Ackerman, please. Andy did her job admirably. If there's anyone you should be blaming, it should be me.
No, there's someone who's really at fault here. Have you even thought about the people who carry out your missions? Or is the headline the only thing that matters to you?
Mrs. Ackerman, I'm truly sorry for what happened, but please, there's no point in being so cruel when I was just doing my job.
Doing your job. You don't even care about the consequences, do you? The lives you ruin, the people who die. How about you find a job that doesn't involve tearing families apart? Or a job where you don't just play make-believe, drawing pictures that aren't real and acting out stories that never happened.
Christine, that's enough.
Give Steven back to me. Give me my family back. Give him back. Give him back. Give him back.
Christine, I said that's enough.
Okay.
Are you okay, Andy? I'm sorry I let things get to that point.
It's okay. I'm fine. Just concerned for Mrs. Ackerman.
Well, I understand, but I checked in on her already, and I think she'll be all right.
I'm glad.
Have you talked to the other guests?
I don't think I can keep doing this.
I'll admit, I've been in the same place. Heck, even now I still think about it. But Andy, we need you. You're one of the best I've ever seen. I'd be betraying my oath to this country if I let you quit.
Look, Mrs. Ackerman was right. None of this is real. You say I've done a good job, but who am I actually helping? All my reports at this point are based on...
I'm going to stop you right there, Andy. Think about what you're saying. What we do impacts everyone around us. When they open the paper, or they watch the news and hear about what we've accomplished, what's more real than that? To me, that's the absolute bedrock of society, that sense of security.
You really believe that?
Yes.
Look, I appreciate your perspective, but ultimately it's my choice. I don't think this is for me anymore.
Andy, please take all the time you need to recover. But you are essential personnel to national security and cannot quit unless I approve. I'm sorry, Andy. I cannot accept your resignation. We're going to keep doing great things together.